lecturer and my fellow students. Welcome to this course of selected topics in modern history, and I was given to research on the Aksum Civilization. Now, the Aksum Civilization was based around the country that is modern Ethiopia and northern Ethiopia and Eritrea. And the city of the Aksumites dates back to the 1st century BC and lasted over like 1000 years. The Aksum people received its influence, the Aksum Empire received its influence from the Semitic South Arabia and Yemen. And that's where it borrowed its language, its pottery, and its agricultural practices. The language that was spoken was later modified and it became the Ethiopian Amharic language, which became the official language of the Aksum people. Now, the peak of the civilization was during the middle of the 4th century. Then it declined during the 10th century AD. The political structure of the Aksumite is this. Aksum was a decentralized state whereby the emperors ruled the empire and the kings called Negus ruled the vassal states or the kingdoms. And this subdivision was based on ethnic backgrounds where the ethnic groups were ruled by their kings, and these kings were responsible to give the report to the emperor. The cultural and economic aspect is as follows. The culture of the Aksum people was an international one because they used to trade with the Egypt, India, the Mediterranean world, Arabia, and some parts of parts of Yemen. So they copied cultures from different nations, and now it was an international one. And economically, they traded with pottery and kitchenware, and they also had the writings which they had copied from the Arabs. Now, the Southern Arabian writing style had an impact in the Aksum people. The alphabet was related to the Indian, and we are told that it was modified during the Greek dynasty. And so the writing was introduced into Armenia through Syria. Aksum was also embossing its glorious it was embossing and glorious, and the bricks and the timber that were used were imported, and the town looked like a modern thing. So we are told that also the religion of the Aksum people is that these people were polytheistic pagans. They worshipped many gods until there was a time now when Christianity arrived during the 6th century. The Aksum people were agrarian. In their agriculture, they were the farmers who relied on irrigation from the waters, irrigation to the waters from the Red Sea. And they grew wheat and plants that produces vegetable oil and wine. They also kept cattle, sheep, goats, asses, mules, and elephants, which were reared for the use of the royal courtiers. And also, during the 3rd century, they developed bronze coins in which they had to put pictures of their kings and even these coins were used for trading. So the Aksum people traded in tusks, hippopotamus hides, and rhinoceros horns, tortoise shells, gold, spices, and also slaves. They traded them to India, Egypt, the Mediterranean world, and the Arabia. And it imported ivory and bronze from Meroe. That is all that I could get.